Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Of course, it's Expresso on S3. And today we're diving into a topic that I think affects us all, especially during this time of year, managing congestion. Now, congestion can be a real headache, but there are always ways to manage it effectively. And thankfully, we've got your back because we've got the good doc in studio. Dr. Savanah Saaiman is here to share some expert advice. Doc, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
We love a familiar face, especially when we're talking about something so familiar like congestion. Tell me, what causes it? Because I know that many people struggle with it. What is actually the root cause of this?
So whether it be nasal congestion or chest congestion, basically common colds, flus, your sinusitis, and then we can look at the allergies like hay fever or exposure to environmental or home triggers even. And then I think a lot of people don't realize that pregnancy as well can cause congestion. So when you're pregnant, there's these fluctuations in hormones that increases the blood supply to your nose and causes congestion during pregnancy as well.
Sure. I feel like you've covered every person in the population now. It, of course, is something that many people have to unfortunately experience, but the good news is that we can manage it, of course. What are some ways, Doc, that we can manage congestion?
So if we just, at home, you could maybe just increase your hydration. So make sure that you keep hydrated. If you're hydrated, you're thinning those secretions out, so it just makes it easier to get them out. And if you think of home things as well, like steaming or using a humidifier with eucalyptus can also be helpful. But if you are asthmatic, I would first chat to your doctor about doing that. And then there's so many over-the-counter medications that you could try. Nasal sprays, antihistamines, cough syrups, lots and lots of them.
Amazing. I was going to ask you, because I'm definitely like a DIY queen. I love doing some home remedies as well. But sometimes you have to just head to the pharmacy, right, and get those over the counter. So if you can go through those again, maybe just to remind us what we need to tick off the next time we head to the pharmacy.
Perfect. So I'm a big fan of nasal, the saline irrigations. They can be used across the board, all ages. Maybe if it's a baby, maybe the nasal suctioning, but really good at irrigating your nasal cavity to get those secretions out. Then you get nasal decongestant sprays, and these are amazing short term. However, if there's one take-home point today, it's that these can only be used for a maximum of 3 to 5 days, or they cause something called rebound congestion.
Ooh.
And that actually makes your nose more blocked when you're using it for longer than 5 days at a time. So if you're looking for something more long-term, then you get the nasal steroid sprays. And these are really good at decreasing the inflammation in your nasal cavity and long-term use for congestion. So something that you could use every day. Oral antihistamines are also really good. Decreases the histamine levels in your body. Histamine is actually responsible for your allergy response in the body. So if you decrease that allergy response, you're actually decreasing some of the symptoms of hay fever or allergies, like congestion. And then I think cough syrups are also really good.
I was going to ask you about this. Yes.
So there's different forms of cough syrups, but these can actually thin the secretions in your airways, getting it like thinner and easier to actually get those secretions out. So lots of things that you could try.
Oh, Doc, well, in the beginning of this, you did talk about environmental factors that we have to also consider. Can you remind us what those are, and can we avoid them by any cost, or if we definitely can't, what do we do?
So there's lots of household and environmental factors, and we call them your allergy triggers. Lots of people know who suffer from hay fever, they've got triggers, whether that be dust, mold, pet dander, grass, pollen. There are so many. But I think if you're known with one of those triggers, it's so important that if you do have a dust allergy, make sure that you avoid carpets in your home. If you do have carpets, try and vacuum at least 2 to 3 times a week. If you do have a pet dander sensitivity, avoid feathered or furred pets, which is really hard. But if you do decide to have pets, limiting your pets in different parts of your home. So try not to let them go into the bedroom. And then you get dehumidifiers for mold, which is really good for your bathrooms. And then you also get these really cool air cleaning devices which you can purchase, and they actually help to filter out allergy particles in your home, making it a safer environment for yourself.
Oh my goodness, I can just see people going, tick, 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 this is exactly what I'm going to have to get for winter. I think whether you're congested or not, it's definitely some great tips that we can all take, especially mold in Cape Town. You've seen how bad it really gets. Is there any point that you reach that you realize I actually need medical attention?
Definitely. If you've tried these over-the-counter medications, it's definitely important to go and see your doctor. So you can chat about other management techniques, or maybe you need a referral to an ENT for other workup. So definitely, I would advise that seeing your doctor is important as well.
Oh, that is so great. Thank you, Doc, always
Welcome.
for being here and sharing the good news, because we're not going to ever leave you stranded, of course. Now, speaking of, we have a little competition moment for you to participate in. I can't wait for you to get involved. You can stand a chance to win 4,000 Rand cash. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and tell us this. Do you often struggle with a cough when you get sick with flu and cold? And how does EpiGen help treat it? And don't forget to, of course, use that hashtag ADCOCK OTC winter. Now, this competition does close on Monday, the 1st of July, and all T's and C's can, of course, be found on expressoshow.com. Thank you so much, Doc, once again, for being here.
You're welcome.